dive into what we're actually going to be doing today, get out that spiral notebook, write your first name, last name, and then we are going to use this notebook as our math journal. So I need the front of it to say math journal. My TV is brighter than my smartboard, so I'm going to slide that back up on the TV. The other reason is because if somebody finds it and they know it's your math journal, they will bring it to me. So you might, I think it's in the bin. It should, well, unless someone took it last class, it should be over there. Below math journal, you could write Hudson. If you want them to know you take math with me, and if it's lost, they just deliver it back to me and I know when your class is. You could also write, because it won't change, you could write 1B, because that's when you come here, so you could put Hudson 1B, like right after Hudson, you could write your class period. That won't change. Tomorrow's schedule's weird, but we'll talk to you about it tomorrow. We use Greek letters to denote the schedule. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Greek letters are not Roman numerals, two different things. So, here we go. As we finish up the video from yesterday, I'm going to ask you to jot a couple things down. So, at the top of your page, go ahead and write brains. And you want to, or whatever you want to write about brains, brain growth, brain studies, brain research, brain videos, whatever you want to write about brains. Don't just write like zombies. And don't write delicious. We're trying to be factual. So write brains at the top. Then date somewhere. As you keep your journal, I know you guys talked about journals yesterday with Mrs. Cullen and Mrs. Mrs. Cullen and Mrs. Goldring. So I'm not going to reiterate those points, but journals are really good for you. Now, a personal journal that you just fill with whatever is awesome. We're going to use this as our math journal. We want to keep track of what we were doing when. It's fun to kind of look back and remember. So either at the top of your page or over in the margins. I like labeling my dates in the margins because then if I use the same page multiple days, I can change the date in the margin and know. So then as we watch the video, look for things or pay attention for things you maybe never knew, things you don't believe could be true, or things that you think can help you as you maybe struggle this year. And we're all going to struggle this year at one point or another.
Hi, my name is Jo Bowler, and I'm a professor at Stanford. And I'm from England. That's why I say maths and not math. Some of us incredible brain evidence in recent years has shown that nobody's born with a maths brain and nobody's born without one, and that everybody's brains have the potential to grow and change over time. When we learn something, a synapse fires in the brain. It's like an electric current that moves between parts of the brain. And when we return to the idea of think deeply, that synapse forms a pathway in the brain that we keep using from that point on. Synapses are firing all the time, but they don't fire as much if you don't believe in yourself. And we'll come to that idea in a later.
Okay, so what she's saying, understand, she's a doctorate professor. She doesn't just say things, they're based in research. So when she says something, it has been researched and is factual.
In recent years, there have been stunning examples of brain plasticity and growth. London taxi drivers have a really hard test that they have to study for. They have to memorize all of the possible routes in London. When they finish studying for that, the hippocampus in their brains has grown.
When I hear hippocampus, I think of like a bunch of hippos all together like at college. Okay, you guys have to know, I think I'm funny. You don't have to laugh. I'm not funny. I think I'm funny. I'm punny, if anything. I make really bad jokes. No, I don't have kids. I know I have dad humor, but it's okay. Laugh if you want to. I know I'm not funny.
Another amazing example of brain plasticity was a young girl who had half of her brain removed. And she was in dangerous fits that doctors couldn't control. And the doctors expected her to be paralyzed for a long time as your brain controls your physical movement. But she stunned doctors as within months she was running around again. And they could only conclude that in effect her brain had regrown in a really short space of time. So always remember, you can do anything.
So take a second, on your paper, in your notebook, think about things you never knew, you don't believe could be true, and we'll share these out in a minute. or it can help you as you inevitably will struggle at one point or another this year. It's really hot. We know we've got service requests in. You have a different perspective. Naya's from Phoenix, Arizona. So it's a different perspective. Just write in your notebooks. So if you're struggling, here's what I wrote this morning. What I wrote in my notebook is that our brains can regrow even from half. And this is shorthand. This is for you. It's your journal. So you can write shorthand because it's going to jog your memory. And then I just wrote, London taxi drivers increase size of their brain. I couldn't remember the word hippocampus, though it's a really funny word. So I just, literally it grows. Like, you know, the Grinch's heart grows and the brain grew. Measurable. That's amazing. Anybody write down things different from me? There was a lot in there. Is that a hand or okay? Right. Yeah, when you learn something, things literally fire in your brain. It's like an electrical spark in a way that makes a connection. The more you do that, the stronger it gets. It's like a muscle. It's like when you tear muscles, like when you're working out, like as a good thing, and then they regrow and they form. It's good. Your brain is a muscle. What else? All right, we will continue to share out as we go. So as we go through the year, I want you guys to be really comfortable. And I want you to know me because I, a lot of times, use YouTube as a tool. So talking about using our tools as we go through the year, YouTube is a tool that I use because it lets you, like, when I'm having a moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a math problem. It used to just, you know, when I was in college training to be a teacher, my first couple years being a teacher, it was like, I wish I could share this with my students. Well, now I'm that nerd that pulls out my phone and I'm like, I can share this with my students. Hey, guy! And so here we are in my garage. Here's a moment into my life to set the premise for this lesson.
How many subscribers do you have?
I don't know.
Hey guys, what's up? Hudson here. I am in my garage where there are many, many bicycles. There are also kayaks and lots of camping supplies. Don't judge. This is what happens when you become an adult and keep your hobbies. But we're going to be talking about bicycles, and specifically this bike right behind me. We are going to actually be
So we're
talking
not
about
actually going to talk about that
travel,
bike
and
today.
we're not going to specifically be talking about.
We're going to come back to this lesson, why I made this video a little later in the year when we're dealing with circles. But I wanted to set the preface that I'm a huge bike nerd, right? So if we think about synapses and our brain research, I bet a lot of us know how to ride a bike, right? Who knows how to ride a bike? Pretty easy. When you first hopped on a bike, can anyone think back to that experience and describe it for me?
Yes.
When you first hopped on a bike, Will, right?
Without training wheels or with?
Just think about first bike.
Without, it's just very shaky and like scary. Even because my dad was behind me, but like I remember, like I was like doing this when I was riding for the first time, and
Yeah.
our street is downhill as well.
Okay, so you had that downhill advantage, but it was still probably pretty
Yeah,
tough.
and
You probably
so
didn't get it.
harder.
You think you crashed at all?
I don't remember crashing now, but I did.
Ian?
My mom wouldn't let me use training wheels, so
Nice.
I got really mad, and then I said I wasn't learning how to ride a bike, and I was saying that, not even thinking, I started to ride.
So you got like so
Yes.
angry, you just that's an interesting brain thing. I can't remember it. Help me out. Izzy.
Like the drink.
All right, Izzy, what do you think?
Why? That would suck.
Because they're brothers. Let's not go down that road.
Dude, brothers
Okay, well that was kind of unfair disadvantage. What's your name here? Alana. What about your bike riding experience?
So there's like on my core at the top of the hill, it's like it goes down really fast, and my dad he was like helping me pedal. And then we were going down the hill, he was like pushing the bike, and he just let go, and I started freaking out, and I ran into the sewer.
So you had help, you had practice, and then you had a crash, right? You probably had a moment of failure, right? But do you still ride a bike today? So you ended up getting it. I want to say Alex, but that's wrong.
No, Annie.
Annie, I knew it was an A. Annie, and then I got another video to show you guys.
When I was first riding a bike without training wheels, my friends were all on the side of the road, like cheering me on, and I got distracted by was in a court, and I didn't know how to turn yet, and so I crashed into a car at the end of my court and knocked myself unconscious.
Jeez. Jeez. So, perfect. All right, hold on. Hands out. Perfect example. Do you think, so actually, do you still have to think about riding your bike? Or do you just hop on and just So you used to have to think a lot and still had problems, issues, failures. And now you barely have to think about it at all. Do you think that I could reset you back to that moment of not knowing how to ride a bike?
Probably if we didn't ride for long enough.
No, right now.
Probably.
Literally right now. Like Men in Black Flash, you can't ride a bike. Do you think I could do it?
Yeah.
Check this out.
I think.
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. You've heard people say it's just like riding a bike, meaning it's really easy and you can't forget how to do it, right? But I did something. I did something that damaged my mind. It happened on the streets of Amsterdam, and I got really scared, honestly. I can't ride a bike like you can anymore. Before I show you the video of what happened, I need to tell you the backstory. Like many 6-year-olds with a MacGyver mullet, I learned how to ride a bike when I was really young. I had learned a life skill, and I was really proud of it. Everything changed, though, when my friend Barney called me 25 years later. Where I work, the welders are geniuses, and they like to play jokes on the engineers. He had a challenge for me. He had built a special bicycle, and he wanted me to try to ride it. He had only changed one thing. When he turned the handlebar to the left, the wheel goes to the right. When he turns to the right, the wheel goes to the left. I thought this would be easy, so I hopped on the bike, ready to demonstrate how quickly I could conquer this.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Destin Sandlin. First attempt riding the bicycle.
I couldn't do it. You can see that I'm laughing, but I'm actually really frustrated. In this moment, I had a really deep revelation. My thinking was in a rut. This bike revealed a very deep
How long do you
truth.
think it take you guys to
I had the knowledge of how to
relearn
operate the bike, but I did not have the understanding. Therefore, knowledge is not understanding.
Alright, so hold on. Knowledge is not understanding. I could ask you what's 5 times 4. You know, it's 20. But that doesn't tell me that you understand what you're doing. It tells me that you memorize what 5 times 4 is. To actually explain what 5 times 4 means, you have to understand it. So can we, real quick, in our notebooks, jot down knowledge does not equal understanding. And you can just use the not equal symbol. Sorry, I already took these notes this morning in the first class, so sorry I'm not taking them with you. So knowledge does not equal understanding.
Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Destin's probably just an uncoordinated engineer and can't do it. But that's not the case at all. The algorithm that's associated with riding a bike in your brain is just that complicated. Think about it. Downward force on the pedals, leaning your whole body, pulling and pushing the handlebars, gyroscopic perception in the wheels. Every single force is part of this algorithm. And if you change any one part, it affects the entire control system. I do not make definitive statements that often, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot ride this bicycle. You might think you can, but you can't. I know this because I'm often asked to speak at universities and conferences, and I take the bike with me. It's always the same. People think they're going to try some trick, or they're just going to power through it. It doesn't work. Your brain cannot handle
I
this.
tried one of these at a fair. So I was a kid, and they had one at our state fair, and if you did it, you won $50. Oh, yeah, it was one of those you pay $5 to do it. It's like, okay, I'll pay $5. I'll times 10 my money. You might think you can do this.
Guy, I offered him $200 just to ride his bike
$200
10 feet across the stage. Everybody thought he could do it.
No, you didn't understand. You didn't understand. So, this way. Alright, so, whenever you're ready. No, you have to keep your feet on.
I mean, they can't even go into it.
Keep your feet on the pedal. Go.
You can't just go straight. without knowing it, you're constantly correcting back and forth on your bike. But it's easy because it's what you think it's going to do. This is backwards.
Once you have a rigid way of thinking in your head, sometimes you cannot change that, even if you want to. So here's what I did. It was a personal challenge. I stayed out here in this driveway and I practiced about 5 minutes every day. My neighbors made fun of me. I had many wrecks, but after 8 months, this happened.
Wait, we can't just breeze over that. What did he just say?
8 months.
So he failed for 8 months straight. Failed. Everyday failure. Do you guys think you'd stick with it? Fail
Yeah,
for
so then I
8
could be like,
months?
hey, dude, ride this, and if you can't and I can, I get $10. And then I would school
More than
So if I,
that.
make money, I'll pay you.
you guys, this is going to be one of those things that you guys roll your eyes at. If I, at some point, because I think everyone in this room pretty much said that, yeah, you'd stick with trying it. If I during this year see you struggling, see you frustrated, and see you trying to give up, and I say backwards bicycle, you going to know what I mean?
Yeah.
So check this out. 8 months, right? 5 minutes every day, 8 months.
One day I couldn't ride the bike, and the next day I could. It was like I could feel some kind of pathway in my brain that
Look how
was now
weird that
unlocked.
is.
It was really weird though. It's like there's this trail in my brain, but if I wasn't paying close enough attention to it, my brain would easily lose that neural path and jump back onto the old road it was more familiar with. Any small distraction at all, like a cell phone ringing in my pocket, would instantly throw my brain back to the old control algorithm and I would wreck. But at least I could ride it. My son is the closest person to me genetically, and he's been riding a normal bike for 3 years.
His son, right, closest person genetically, we're trying to be scientific and keep the genes the same, the brain as close as possible. Been riding a bike for 3 years. He is 6 years old. Half his bike has been consumed with riding a bike. What's your predictions for how long it takes him to...
Like a week.
Half his life,
A
3
week.
years, no, half his life has been consumed riding a bike. With the way that he's supposed to. How long, do you think it'll take his son 8 months?
No.
A week? Other predictions? A month? An hour?
No, I practice an hour every day.
That's over half.
Hold on, check it out.
I wanted to know how long it would take me to learn how to ride a backwards bike, so I told him if you learn how to ride a backwards bike, you can go with me to Australia and meet a real astronaut.
I love that.
Are you gonna give up?
He said, you can come with me
Go
and
ahead.
meet an astronaut.
This is how it starts. Look at this. This is such a big deal. Get up, you got it. Did you see his brain get it? So he, in how many weeks have we been doing this? 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, he did something that took me
2 weeks.
8 months to do, which demonstrates
Took an
that
adult
a child
8
has more neural
months to
plasticity.
learn.
Am I even saying that right? Than an adult. It's clear.
So what do you think the point I'm trying to get across with that is?
brain is still growing. If the younger you are,
You have the advantage. You being young people have the advantage in learning. It is. We're not switching classes. They switched way too early. We have like 15 minutes left, so don't back up. What's up, Purdue?
Sorry to interrupt. Science and Connections today, we're together and we're meeting in the choir room. And if you don't know where that is, it's on your way to the gym and kind of like to the cafeteria. We'll be in the hallway drafting you, but it has air conditioning, so we will be.
Oh yeah.
We'll be in the choir.
Thank you.
Wish I could be in the choir room.
Here from this experiment, that children have a
All right, so hold on. So what I'm trying to drive home is your brain. It's easier for you to learn it now, as opposed to I've got plenty of friends, adults going back to school, adults that have let their math skills slip away and forget and everything else. Take the advantage now while your brain gives you the advantage.
much more plastic brain than adults. That's why the best time to learn a language
It's called neuroplasticity.
Alright, today's bike log. I can ride smooth, I can ride fast. I'm thinking the experiment is over.
Okay, now I'm in Amsterdam, a city that has more bicycles than people. The question is, can I ride a normal bike now? I mean, I've spent all this time unlearning how to ride a bike. If I go back and try to ride a normal one, will my brain mess up? So I've tweeted a Smarter Everyday meetup, if you will, and I'm going to see if somebody brings a bicycle, and I'm going to try to ride a normal bike.
So, to paraphrase this a little bit, he fails. On a regular bike now, he's relearned it the backwards way, and he fails and fails and fails for 20 minutes. There's a crowd of people forming, watching him fail at riding a bike because they can't believe this adult man cannot
dumb.
Ride a bicycle.
I'm actually 2 levels deep into this because I've learned and unlearned. Alright. After 20 minutes of making a fool out of myself, suddenly my brain clicked back into the old algorithm. I can't explain it, but it happened in a very specific moment. I'm back.
He's also in the wrong gear. He should have made it easier to pedal.
There's a moment. Okay, everybody. I tried to explain this to people around me, and they just didn't get it. They thought I was faking the previous 20 minutes, and I couldn't get anybody to believe me. That was like a fake it, didn't it?
Just a big. I'm faking.
You think I'm lying, don't you? I'm not lying. I felt like the only person on the planet who had ever unlearned how to ride a bike, and I couldn't
He took
articulate
his son to Australia.
because everybody just knew that you can't forget how to ride a bike. So I learned 3 things from this experiment. I learned that welders are often smarter than engineers. I learned that knowledge does not equal understanding. And I learned that truth is truth, no matter what I think about it. So be very careful how you interpret things.
So, if you want to jot down a couple things from that, you can. But what's your big takeaways? You don't have to write it down. What's your big takeaway from that? Easier to learn when you're younger. There's like exuberant evidence on that. Don't give up. Stick with it, and eventually you will succeed.
It took him 8 months just to be okay at it, but he didn't stop trying it.
5 minutes a day, even if you only did it every weekday. So let's say 20 days a month, right, ish. So that'd be 100 minutes a month for 8 months. 800 minutes invested in failure until that one moment where it clicked.
But I feel like it would be easier for other person because my brother, he plays a lot of games and he basically with any vehicle in a game or sometimes people normally can't switch the settings on a person. He does it inverted.
Yeah, well, and physical kinesthetic, actually doing it is different than controlling something on a screen. So yeah, that's where it's a little bit different.
It takes concentration.
All right, one more tiny little short, corny video from YouTube, and then we'll do some group work and chat stuff. So hang on. So mistakes, right? He made exuberant mistakes.
I've been working on this one for so long. I just can't get it right. Every time I try something, it just doesn't work. I keep on messing up.
Who do you think we're gonna see? The YouTubians.
Hey! When you're learning to this area, there's a ton of brain growth going on.
What do you mean? I've been failing at this problem. Your brain has grown so much while working on this problem that I can't figure out just to make a mistake after mistake. I can't do it.
Exactly. Every time you make a mistake, a synapse fires in your brain. Synapses are connections that your brain makes. Every time it grows, it creates new pathways.
Really?
Yeah. Struggle, mistakes, and challenge are great for your brain. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. And challenging problems are great workouts.
So I should make mistakes and struggle?
Yes, we learn a lot and have a lot of brain growth, especially when we're making mistakes and working on hard problems.
So don't give up. Keep going. Some problems go unsolved for years, and that's fine.
By the way, anyone else see that she's wearing glasses under her superior mask?
How much you learn while you're trying to solve them? Keep taking risks. Keep making mistakes.
Yeah, and your mathematical thinking process is super important and awesome. So if you keep learning and making mistakes, that's what's important.
Wow, I had no idea. I'm gonna keep working, and when I make a mistake, I'll know that my brain is growing.
Scientists now know that when you
I
make
told you they're
mistakes,
super corny.
synapses fire.
Alright, so hold on. I want to make sure you're 100% so Joe Bowler is a doctor. I forget her exact field, but I think multiple things. What she says is based in evidence and research and fact. People writing in their notebooks, I hope we're engaged in what we're doing and not doodling or things like that. So what they're saying is truth. So I want you guys to listen.
In fact, more synapses fire when you make a mistake than when you get work correct.
So you mean when you make a mistake, but then you work through it and get it right, your brain grows?
Well, working through mistakes is a good thing to do, but what they actually found was that people's brains grew and synapses fired, even when they didn't know they'd made a mistake. So the study showed that there were 2 possible synapse firings. The first came when people made a mistake, and the second came when they became aware
You ever have that
So how can a synapse fire when you don't even know you made a mistake?
That's a great question, and the best knowledge we have on this is your brain grows when you make a mistake, even if you're not aware of it, Because when you make a mistake, that's the time your brain is struggling and challenged. And those are the very best times for brain growth. Oh, that's so cool.
All right. So, what's something that we take away from that? That it's dark. Take away. You guys are over here writing. You writing about this or something else? Anything you want to share? I'm just trying to get people to share. Zen?
I wrote down that mistakes help your brain grow, and that when you make a mistake, it actually helps your brain grow more than if you get the problem right the first time. Because like when you make a mistake and then figure out why you made that mistake, it's kind of like doing the same problem twice, and it kind of helps you like twice as much as if you just get it right the first time.
I love it. Could not say it better myself. Mistakes are better for brain growth than right answers. Mistakes give you more growth. Will, what do you think?
I was gonna say what Tyler said, but also I tried one time to ride a bicycle backwards, kind of like I was facing this way and pedaling and it was I tried for a couple days and I kind of got a little bit of progress on it. Don't remember when I did this. Maybe it was last year, 2 years ago. But I tried for a couple days and eventually I got 3 feet. And then I was you know what? It's been 5 days now. And so then I was stopped. But it was really hard because you have to pedal backwards but forwards. When you wanted to stop, you had to pedal forwards. But when you
Oh, yes, you were backwards everything.
And then I also did steer backwards and look behind me, so I had to.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing we're going to look at, and you can have these conversations as a group. You do not have to write these things down. Here we have a graph of my emoji use. I'm lying. It's not my emoji use. I like to be honest with you guys, but I also like to try to be funny. So here's my emoji use. We'll put that in parentheses. So, what are things you could say? What do you notice about the graph? What's different than normal? Just talk about your observations as a group. With your small group, then we'll come together big.
Well, the farther down something is, because they're both farther up they are, the more cute. And then the one that has they all kind of look. So the hardest part is that they do not cute. Well, it is not all of them. I am not cute. Oh,
Alright, who's bold and wants to share out what you guys talked about at your group? Alex, what'd your group talk about?
So basically, if you were to look at the arrows at the top of them, they have words that say cute, not cute, use, and don't use. So the farther they are to the left is more, it means that you're less likely to use them. The farther they are to the right means that you're most likely going to use them.
Yeah, I heard somebody say positive, negative. Even though this graph doesn't have numbers, can we kind of see or infer our positive versus negative? More use, less use. Now, I can't use something negative amounts of times, but less use or that I would never use it the further it goes. Yeah. Yeah. What could you say about the ones in this section? They are cute and they are used, right? These are quadrants, if you remember that from graph words. So I have the used and cute quadrant. I have the cute and not really used quadrant. You know, I can sometimes maybe use these. I have the don't use and not cute, and then I have the Use and not cute because the crying cat face is what I send my wife when we run out of ice cream. So I use that one, but it's not very cute. No. So, alright, so hold on. So we can make some statements about specific ones, right? So what about red angry face? Who can tell me about red angry face?
Don't use and not use.
Zen?
You don't use it and you don't think it's cute.
It is the least used, kind of tied with the sleeping, and the least cute. Right, what about cat heart eyes? Alex?
You think it's cute, but you don't use it as often.
Yeah, I think it's cute, but my friends will make fun of me if I use that, so I don't use it very much. Guys, I'm trying to incorporate some humor. Sorry, so we have 5 minutes left. What about this? Oh, crap. What about this graph? I need to scoot it sideways. I made it bigger, so I can't really scoot it sideways. So my questions are, do we need numbers to interpret this graph? And make some statements, make some observations. So go ahead and in your notebook, or discuss it as a group. You can write it in your notebook too, and think about if this. So this is Randall's graph of fruits. This is Randall's fruit graph. So you don't have to agree with it. It's Randall's fruit graph. If you were going to buy Randall a fruit basket, think about that. Make some statements.
Okay, so
I would fill it with anything that's in the notebook. Yeah, anything or the untasty. I would fill it with grapes and pineapple.
Yeah. So you want to share with you?
And you feel like
It is. It does say seedless grapes. Oh yeah. All right. So let's bring it back together. Who wants to be bold and share some statements? What's your name, dude? Mina. Help us out. So Mina, what do you say about the fruit?
Okay, so the ones that are more difficult are the ones that have some like a peel or something over them to
Yeah.
the fruit part. Whereas the ones that are easy, you just eat them.
Yeah, you can eat the peel. So that's a nice correlation, right? So she took it and extended the graph. We didn't say anything about peels here, but Mina knows about peels, so she can pull that information in. I like it. What's your name again, dude? Oliver. So you had said something about a fruit basket, and then I asked you, are you mean? What had you said about if you were making the fruit basket?
I said I would fill it with lemons.
And then you said why?
Because I'm mean.
Because you're mean. So the lemons, why would that be mean, though? According to Randall,
Because they're the most untasty.
they're the least tasty, and they're on the difficult side. But then, you don't have to agree with this, but then, so Oliver, we talked, and then you said, okay, I would actually put in...
I would actually fill it with pineapples and seedless grapes and apples.
Pineapples, seedless grapes, and apples, because they're on the tasty, and they're also easy, and Oliver also said, I want him to share with me, and that's what I like. So that's why he made those choices. So, I want to hear from all of you, but I think you'd rather make your own. So we're not using whiteboards for this because we don't have time. We're going to put this in your notebook. So when I think about this, you can do one of two things. We only have 3 minutes. So we got to at least get our axes down. One of two things. Either decide what you want your axes to be. You got to have a positive, negative that relate to each other. And then your other axes, a positive, negative that relate to each other. Or think of an object and then make your axes based off that. So if I was doing this, I would probably, because I'm always thinking about them, think about my dogs. So my numberless graph, if I think about my dogs, I'm thinking about hairy and large. My dogs are pretty hairy and large. Sorry, this isn't focusing quite right.
Oh, I thought you meant this was their name.
No.
It's like hairy and large.
So Marley, and I could put my other dogs on here. Try to drag this over. Marley is hairy and large. So sorry, this is not focused. But I would put Marley way up here. So thinking about her, I've now created my axes. Now, the opposite of hairy would be like bald or not hairy. And the opposite of large, no, the opposite of large would be small, right? So if I think about things to put on the graph, well, something that I know that's really not hairy, Mr. Shurg. You ever met Mr. Shurg? He's real not hairy. So I put him way down on the y-axis, but he's not that big. He's an appropriately sized man, so I'd put him, you know, just kind of in the mid-range for smaller. He's not small, though, so I'd put him around the middle, bald. Small. Now if I put my other dogs on here, Marley's the biggest, so she sets my furthest right point. But I mean, if I put like a dinosaur on here, I mean, that's going to go way out the x-axis. So we have 1 minute left. Make sure that in your notebook you've got your axes down, your x and y, and you label your positive, negative, and negative. And then once you have that taken care of, we're going to pick this back up tomorrow. Your homework, quote unquote, not really homework. If you don't get it done, it's not like it's going to really matter. But you'll have time during AO and you'll have time during extensions. Try to put at least 5 items in your graph. And we're going to ask for anybody that would want to share theirs tomorrow. I've got the document camera. I'll get the focus thing figured out. You can share yours with the class if you want. So try to get at least 5. My real goal had been a dozen, but class took a little bit longer today than I thought. So if you so choose to work on this, AO extensions, try to get 5 things on the graph. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thank you very much. Tomorrow's Friday, and that's the weekend. And then Monday, we're really diving into actual curriculum. We're going to talk about textbooks, everything else like that. We're trying to set your attitudes for the year. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
Lost.